Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Ishavasya Sarvam. Om Ishavasya Sarvam. Yatkinchid Jagatyam Jagat. Yatkinchid Jagatyam Jagat. Tena Tyaktena Bhunjithaha. Tena Tyaktena Bhunjithaha. Magradha Kasya Siddhanam. Magradha Kasya Siddhanam. Om Ishavasya Sarvam. Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat. Om Ishavasya Sarvam. Yatkinchid Jagatyam Jagat. Tena Tyaktena Bhunjithaha. Magradha Kasya Siddhanam. Magradha Bhunjithaha. Magradha Kasya Siddhanam. Vastunu Swarup, or English. What is the nature of a thing? How do we decide nature of a given thing? There is one methodology or one vakya. Yad vishaya buddhi navya vicharati tat satyam. That is the reality, that is the swarupa of that vastu. When I see a golden chain and thereafter I see a golden bangle and thereafter I see golden ring. So I have three perceptions: golden chain, golden bangle, and the third one is golden ring. When I shift my perception from golden chain to golden bangle, the bangleness comes in and chainness goes away. I don't see the chain while I see the bangle. Then I shift my perception from bangle to ring. When I see the golden ring, I don't see the chain, I don't see the bangle, I see only the ring, the golden ring. But in all the three perceptions, all the three cognitions, one thing is common, that is gold I continue seeing. When I see a chain, I see the gold. When I see bangle, I see gold. And when I see ring, I see gold. Continuing further, I see earring, I see gold. So when one is seen out of this four perception, one is seen, the other three are absent. In a perception of a chain, bangle, ring and earring are absent, but the gold is there. In the perception of bangle, the chain, the ring and the earring are absent, but the gold is there. In the perception of a ring, the chain and the bangle and earring is absent, but the gold is there. Gold is appreciated. That cognition, that awareness, that knowledge which is not displaced. Seeing a bangle from a chain, the chain knowledge is displaced by bangle, knowledge of the bangle. But the gold knowledge continues. Then I shift to ring, then the chain knowledge and the bangle knowledge is displaced and I see only the ring. Ring knowledge takes over. but the gold knowledge continues. So when I see something, I have a twofold knowledge. I see the chain and I see the gold also. I see the bangle, I see the gold also. I see ring, I see gold also. That means one cognition is displaced and the other cognition continues. Cognition of the gold continues in all the four cognitions, but the cognition of the chain and the bangle and the ring is displaced. That cognition which is displaced, that knowledge which gets displaced is not the real, and that which is not displaced is real. What is not displaced is knowledge of the gold. So what is the truth of all the four things? The truth of all the four things is gold. Suvarnam Satyam, and what is displaced is mithya, is only name and form, if that is the truth. The cognition of the ring or a chain or a bangle or a earring, all that mithya. But the cognition of the gold is satyam. That is unchangeable. It cannot be displaced. And the rest are subject to coming and going. So you can say, with reference to all golden ornaments, gold is satyam. But with reference to all silver ornaments, chain, silver bangle, silver earring, silver hand ring, whatever, silver is satyam. With reference to copper ring, copper lamps, copper idol, copper from something, some yantram, etc. Copper is the satyam. That means there are so many satyam? No. When you say gold, and then you see chain, or see silver, just like in the cognition of a bangle, or in a chain and a bangle, when you see the chain first and then the bangle second, cognition of the chain is displaced. Similarly, when I see the gold and then I see silver, cognition of the gold is displaced. Only silver is there. And from silver, when I shift to copper, silver also is gone. Copper is seen. But like that, three cognition of a chain and a bangle and a ring, one thing was common, that was cognition of gold. So also in these cognitions, cognition of gold and cognition of chain and cognition of silver and copper, what is common? Ease is common. Gold is, it is appreciated as ease. You don't appreciate gold is not. You say Sat Suvarnam. Suvarnam is. Silver is. Copper is. Iron is. There is always is common. Similarly, just the gold being common is Satyam. Here also, the is being common, is Satyam. So the truth is. Existence is the truth. Even the gold is mithya. Like with reference to gold, chain and bangle and ring is mithya. Similarly, with reference to isness, everything is superimposed. It is. Now, how do you know is? That is in my awareness. Chain is in my awareness. Silver is in my awareness. Gold is in my awareness. Copper is, it is in my awareness. And who knows? The knower is also within awareness. The knowledge is also within awareness. That means the truth is Chit. The truth of the knower and the truth of the known is Chit. And the Chit is, it is Swata Siddham. The existence of consciousness is self-revealing. You don't need someone or somebody to tell or some agency to know that consciousness is. To see the goal, to know the existence of the goal, you need the eyes, agency of the eyes. But I is or not, I means capital I, one, that alphabet I. I is or not, you don't need any agency. It is and is self-revealing. So Satchit is the truth. That is Ishavasya, that Ahamasmi. I am the truth of everything. And that something is different from other thing. The difference is only in one Nam Rupa separate from another Nam Rupa. One name and form is different from another name and form. Like one wave is different from another wave. Basically, it is H2 only. One wave is pushed by the another one, and this pushes the another one. What pushes is only forms. What is all the way is water. That is called Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam. Ishavasyam, Shankaracharya, I told you last time, the sentence. What does it mean by Ishavasya? Not some Ishvara sitting there and it has to be Vasyam by covered by Isha. No. Ishavasya means Paramartha Satya Rupena Hameva Idam Sarvam. From the point of view of the substratum, I am the truth. And what else? Everything is there. Sarvam Mithya Characharam Iti Achhadaniyam. Appreciating what is Mithya and appreciating what is Satyam. This is called Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam. There is another meaning also, Ishavasyam. You can, this is a traditionally accepted meaning, but another interpretation is possible. So I'm just giving you. Ishasya Avasyam. Isha Avasyam. That everything is an abode of Ishvara. Okay, that's one way of saying. Means what? Ishvara has entered into everything. That's Srishtva, Tadevanupravishat, Tadanupravishya, Satchatyacha Bhavat, ityadi some vakyas are there. Bhagavan created and entered. Creating and entering means what? Ocean created the waves and entered the waves. There is no entry. Please, entry is used figuratively to tell you that it is the self, inner self of everything. To reveal this fact, it is said entered. But as such, there is no real entry. Okay? Characharam sarvam achhadaniyam. It is to be seen as that Svena Paramatmana achhadam. Now, the question comes. I am Ishvara. Yes, you are Ishvara. I am Asangaha. Yes. Untouched by any impurity. Yes. Like Like the dreamer is untouched. You are untouched by any impurities. Then how come I don't see this fact, Isham? I see myself as another thing than what I am. I don't see myself as what I am, except what I am, I see everything as a self. I can never imagine or take myself to be Ishvara. If someone says, you will say, I am everything except Ishvara. I cannot be Ishavasya. How do you say so? And then you ask that fellow, how do you say so? You are not. I am not pure. I have so many likes and dislikes. I have so much of problem in my thinking in myself. I am not pure person. Then how can I be that Ishvara, that impure person? How can I be that Ishvara? That's what the thinking is. Shankaracharya gives a beautiful example. He says, why it is so? Chandana agarvadehe udakadi sambandhaja kledadijam aupadhikam daurgandhyam tat swarupa nirgashanena achhadyate svena parmarthikena gandhena tadvadev hi स्वात्मनि अध्यस्तं स्वाभाविकं कर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्वादि लक्षणं जगद्वैत रूपम जगत्याम पृथिव्याम जगत्याम इति उपलक्षणार्थत्वात् सर्वमेव नाम रूपाख्यम विकार जातम परमार्थ सत्य आत्म भावनया त्यक्तम. He says, like sandalwood. When you take a stick of sandalwood and do garshanam, friction, move it on a stone, then you have a chandan. That chandanam has a fragrant smell. Beautiful fragrance you get when it is a chandanam. Now you have the chandanam, wet chandanam ready. And then add little more water. Thinking that tomorrow I want to use it or day after tomorrow, let it not dry up more. So you add extra water. And then you quietly forgot it. Just forgot it for 3, 4, 5 days. Then the same chandanam, which is a very soothing fragrance, will be stinking like a skunk. That American, that bird, that animal, it smells in the diameter of 5 kilometers. Stinking. That there is one animal there. If it is in a room, you cannot enter the room. I have experienced. I happened to study this. That time I could not realize. But when I had a sakshatkar, direct experience, once I forgot, and it was so stinky. Same chandanam, which is fragrant, becomes stinky. Now, how to get the fragrance back? Nothing you have to do. You again put it on the stone and scrub it with that same wood. Further, it will be smelling. Fragrant smell will come out. So the fragrance, listen the sentence. Fragrance is inherent in chandanam. It is swarupa. It's natural. But that fragrance gets inhibited by that water. Extra water, kept it for some time, it gets inhibited and it becomes just opposite to what it is. Such a foul smell comes out of it. You can't bear it. But there is an inherent fragrance. It is not that the chandanam has undergone a transformation, fundamental. That foul smell is only incidental. It has not undergone any intrinsic change. Why? Because same stinking chandanam, if you put again on a stone and use the stick and scrub it, it comes out, the fragrance comes out. Fragrance is natural. Foul stink, foul smell is incidental. It is not natural. And that thing comes out when you scrub it with a chandanam stick. Mind you, use a stick of a mango tree, no fragrance will come. Use a stick of a babul tree, no fragrance will come up. It has to be sandalwood. So he says, because of a sanyoga of udaka, because of connection with water for a length of time, it is stinking. Similarly, the Atma, which is Isha, the self which is Purna, the self which is Satyam, intrinsically, even though it is Satyam, incidentally, it has become asatyam. It has as though become mithya, changing, vikari. It has as though become limited. Gold is limitless with reference to ornaments. Similarly, the self being satyam is limitless with reference to the entire creation. Ishavasyam yat kincha jagatyam jamagat. Whatever is, but I become limited. I become, though I am Ananda, I become Dukhi. What causes this? The answer is this one. Ek number also. A very beautiful Vakya Shankaracharya ji writes here. Swabhavika kartrutva bhoktrutvaadi lakshanam swatmani adhyastham. There is a swabhavika, natural superimposition from birth. You don't put in effort, but nobody teaches you, and you don't pick up, but you just have it from birth. What a sense of doership and enjoyership. That is ahankara. Ahankara means the one who has kartrutva bhoktrutva. Doership and enjoyership all the time upon the one. And that is swabhavikam sahajam, means from birth, without any education. And that is superimposed. Any superimposition is always caused, of course, either deliberate superimposition can be, like you see Vishnu in a shaligram, you see Shivalinga, Bhagavan Shiva in a lingam, but it is out of fear, out of ignorance. Superimposition is out of ignorance. Then what? So what? Let me be karta, let me be bhokta. Karta and bhokta mean the fellow is sufferer. Why? Sufferer carries all kinds of hurts and guilt. He is dukhi. He or she both, okay? Not only he is dukhi, she is also dukhi. Equally. He is, she, when I say he implies she also, okay? He and she both are dukhi. Why? Dukkham is out of hurt and guilt. What is the hurt? Another person's omissions and commissions hurt me. In a modern world, this era of connectivity, you have more hurts because of someone else's omissions and commissions. Omissions and commissions of President Donald Trump onwards, what he did also hurts you. And what he did not do also hurts you. He should have done like this. He never told us to wear mask. And American people picked up corona. Indian Prime Minister was good. He kept on telling. These are all his omissions. Certain policies, commissions. Others' omissions and commissions gives me hurt. And a person with hurt is always unhappy. Somebody eating non-veg, I am hurt. Somebody hurting an animal, I am hurt. Somebody stealing something, I am hurt. You know, their own omissions and commissions. Somebody being killed, I am hurt all the way. A bomb blast in a Beirut, I am hurt. And when I see the visuals in the TV, I am hurt. And my mind projects, it must be Muslim fundamentalist. I am hurt. Why don't they understand? I am hurt. They keep on doing hinsa. I am hurt. Somebody's. That somebody can be anybody. And more so my near and dear ones. I am hurt by near and dear ones more often because I fail to give them space. Let them have it their own way. Parents poke the nose in the son and daughter-in-law's life, and they poke their nose into parents' life. You get hurt. There are bruises. You know, you rub with each other for no reason. Why should you do that? Leave them to be what they are, and you do what is to be done for you. You better commit to sannyasa. Keeps poking all the time. And there's a fellow gets hurt. My wife, spouse, husband, his or her omissions and commissions, I am hurt. And the hurt can express the fear also can express in terms of hurt. Corona is another hurt. Because I am afraid I may not pick up that. Nobody should pick up. Such and such a person died. I had met him just 3 days ago. Hurt. Fear. Hurt. And my own omissions and commissions, subjective, gives rise. I should have done that. Omissions. I should not have done that. Commission. What I should and what I shouldn't. In the life, you will find so many things I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it. There is a guilt. More so to a duty conscious person. He or she will always have a guilt. I should have done this to my parents. I should have done this to my brothers and siblings and their children. And I should have done this in the office. And I should have done this and that. And so many things. Should have. That omissions will take place. And sometimes commissions also my own. I did think something wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? What made me to do that? Guilt. You know who is samsari? The fellow with carrying hurts and guilt. After 10 years of marriage or after 20 years of marriage, most of the altercations between the spouse is of those hurts. And the hurt you had from the spouse, you carry that. And then you think he's always like that. She thinks he's always like that. Why are you bothering me? Why you want to know? Don't bother me. All small things. But they are because of those hurts. And the guilts people have. I should have done that and I should not have done this. That is samsari. And that samsari, the person carrying the load, truck's load, not truckload, ship load of hurts and guilt. Today we have ships which can carry 5,000 tons, 20,000 tons. Shiploads of hurts and guilt. More you grow, age-wise, you have more hurts and guilt. I should have studied well. I should have done that job well. I should have got the job here. I don't deserve here. The hurt and the guilt. I should have done that. Why did I choose this? Another guilt. I should not have chosen that. Another guilt. That's samsara. And that is natural. Because of ignorance. When you carry this hurt and guilt, this is samsari, and whole thing is superimposed on the self. All those vrittis of hurt and guilt are nothing but they are within consciousness. I am also within consciousness. Both are superimposition of consciousness. My memory, my anger, my transference, my pain towards my parents, my siblings, everything is superimposed upon consciousness. All this has to be understood that everything is in consciousness. The experiencer, the experienced, and the very experience is in the consciousness. There is a question of hurt and guilt. Subject-object experience is in the self. But then, that anirvachaniyam agnanam, because of that ignorance, right from childhood, the person carries this load. Whereas by nature, he is free from everything. Kartrutva bhoktrutva rahitam. You know, Nama Rupatmakam Vikarajatam Paramartha Satya Atma Bhavana. Everything is non-separate from me, the consciousness. I am the substratum for everything. You need not remove everything. You know, any experience will get you some hurt, pain, and guilt. Hurt it will give you. But you need not carry it to I. It is a mind that feels hurt. Let it feel hurt. That hurt is not away from me, the consciousness. My anger is not away from me, the consciousness. My jealousy, my frustrations, my dissatisfaction, nothing is away from me, the consciousness. That is called Satya Buddhya Achadana. I am the Satyam, and that is to be covered. Now, to gain that, you need some inner leisure. This vision is all right, but to own up the vision, first of all, to know that there is a possibility like this, that I am untainted, untouched. You have to study the Shastra. You have to go to teacher. But then having studied, to own up the knowledge and at least to understand this knowledge, you need some inner leisure. You need some space within. The mind is so crowded. It is like New York Junction, crowded, people traveling here and there. It's just everybody running and crazy mood. I mean, they're all tense, stressed out. And in a stressful environment, with a stressful face, they run and run and run. And that is not leisure I'm talking about. Inner leisure doesn't mean not to do anything. The mind is crowded like station by what? Hurts and guilts. Mind is crowded with a sense of achieving. I have to gain that. Until I gain, I will be hurt. I will be dissatisfied. People have become so much self-judgmental. They are hurting themselves so badly. This is my personal experience day before. I was traveling in Indian Airlines flight from Lucknow to Delhi. The air hostess, that this happens only in India, in Indian Airlines, And I was in a first row and I sat down and then they were settled and announcement over and they said, Swamiji, have you come from this Ram Janma Bhumi? And I said, yes. Did you do darshanam? I said, yes. I can show you the picture. Then she says, can I touch your feet? Air hostess. I said, yes. She touched and took namaskara and went. Kept asking me like my shishya, Swamiji, you want something? We are not allowed to give, but do I give you extra bottle water? I said, no. Do I give you tissue paper? I said, no. That's all she could offer because food is banned in their like. Then after some time, I come, can I ask you a question? He said, yes. All is not well in my life. I said, I was knowing this before. The way you were approaching, I was expecting this. Do you see palms? I said, no, I don't see palms. What is your opinion about myself? She asked me. I said, first of all, without knowing, in my mind is thinking, without knowing, how do I opine for you? And at least I don't know your background, I don't know your nature, and nothing. Much less I know your face because the corona. And she had a headgear also. And I could see only this much part. That much. And then I have to decide, how is she? It was when I was young. On those days, the film magazines used to have contest. They will give 4 pairs of eyes, 4 or 6, and just pair of eyes, and ask us, identify where is so and so, which is so and so actress eyes. They will give 4 names and you have to match the eyes with the 4. And if you are true, you get some prize. I thought I had not played that in my young age. So now I will fail, even if I look at your eyes and try to identify. I said, what's not well? You are not going well in relationship, because that was Eros looked young to me. He said that not only that, everything is going wrong. But I am just in ecstatic mood with Ram Shilanyas and feeling blessed. And I have to listen all dukkhas and empathize with dukkha and therefore become dukhi. I said, what a prarabdha. After such a hectic schedule with almost 13, 14 Acharya members, but we are almost 15% were my Acharya Sabha Acharyas in that sadhus meeting there. And out of that 15%, some 8 or 9 were travel with me. Swamiji, what you say? They made me the leader to take them and make them sit and all kinds of things. So I got, and then we were returning also, we were in the same car, 3 of us. So I had to talk. And I said, now I have relaxed time. I just do some japa and sit quietly. This is called prarabdha. No? Prarabdha. It is called Gujarati gol keri pickle. Some sweet and some hot also. I said, what is the problem? Personal life, relationship, everything is bad. Everything bad. You have a good job. Air India hostess. Very satisfying, lot of salary, and still you are called on the job when hardly few flights are moving. And you look to me, at least 3, 4 year old service. Yes, I have a good salary. Nothing goes well with me. I said, but what? He says, tell me, will my ambition be fulfilled? I said, what is your ambition? I was literally shocked, without any bump in the air. I got a bump. I want to become Miss Universe. What a desire. I want to become Miss Universe, and whatever little I saw, only this much. From that, I could make out you can't become. Please accept the fact. You want to become Miss Universe. I have been trying for last 3 years, and I am not even selected to contest. I have been rejected in the first round in India. At least I should become, she says, I should become Miss India. Samsari. Hurt from oneself. No one else has hurt her. She keeps hurting herself. I am useless. And then my luck is bad. You put up some target for yourself which is untenable in any which way. And then they go to the extent of blaming Bhagavan. She says, I am very much hurt from Bhagavan also. I said, what happened? Bhagavan is useless because he doesn't help me out in this. As though Bhagavan has to run beauty pageants only. He has no other business than to do this business. You get hurt from Bhagavan also. Why? Because I did some puja and mala and so and so astrologer told me I did it and nothing happened. So now I am hurt from Bhagavan also. This is samsari. Understand what is samsari? Karta, bhokta, self-conscious fellow is samsari. Don't, by the way, I would like to add here. Today's world, information input is so much. Accept certain things today or you get hurt all the time. This is how it is, full stop. Your president can hurt you. But he is a president. Now what can you do till the term ends? And you have only one vote to change the president in the next election. People are looters, people are cheaters, they are killers, and this fellow or this person gets hurt. This is how it is. And work to do something if you want to do, but don't create a long face for yourself. All the time because of hurt. Why this? World is full of cruelties. This is how it is. Forget it. Whatever you can do, Do it to change. But don't keep blaming anybody. And don't carry that load, this is bad, this is bad. That is samsara. Self-inflicted hurt. Then the person has this attitude of self-condemning and self-dissatisfaction, self-loath, all things. As though, sometimes people get hurt because of the world. As though Krishna Bhagwan or Ramchandraji, when they went back to their Saket Loka, they told, now I am giving you the charge and you take care of this world. Nonsense. Thinks himself or herself to be so much indispensable and so much responsible for all what is going on. Don't worry. I'm not saying that you become irresponsible. I'm not saying that one should be insensitive. I'm not saying that. Continue to be sensitive, but then accept it. In spite of myself being sensitive, I cannot alleviate pains. I cannot alleviate the dukkham the people have to undergo. They will have to undergo, full stop. You cannot do that. This is corona effect. One lady I know, she attends classes and all that. Because of the corona, all were quarantined at home and they have nothing to do, nowhere to go, nobody comes. So they started surfing on YouTube. And that's it. For the last 15 days, because of that surfing, somehow she ended up on butchering the animals and cows and how the meat comes to Walmart. Carries a pain. How much insensitivity, how much cruelty towards animals, Swamiji. He said, yeah, very much. Arey, you don't know how much. Why should I know also? I don't want to know whether I know or not. But this is how it is. Don't carry that hurt. Don't add to your This is samsara. Deal with it. Do something to counter that. But not with the hurtful mind. The mind which is hurt. Just do it. It's the Ishwar Seva. Now this Ram Janmabhoomi Shilanyas took place. Obviously social media was very active. Muslims started commenting and all that. The another person was hurt. Swamiji, how bad they speak about our dharma. And some of them said this was a mosque and we will rebuild, reclaim like the Turkish, it happened in Turkey. When museum was reclaimed as mosque now. So let our rule come, we will take over. This fellow from now says, Swamiji, suppose they take away after, at least doesn't look like now 10, 20 years. But after 50, 70 years, suppose they take away the temple, what will happen to our Hindu money? We would give so much of donation, all donation will go west. And all gold and silver, what will happen? What is to happen to that? You don't worry, Ram Mandir. What is happening here? Study Ishavasya. Something else will happen to you. And then what will happen will not bother to you. You will learn to be object. आज ही क्यों दुबले सारे गांव की चिंता. No, all hurts and guilts the fellow carries. And the mind is so crowded, so busy, like bumper to bumper traffic jam. Not all the 4 lanes Indian road. 4-lane road means 7 cars will travel like this. There's nobody with this. Bumper to bumper and all the 7 rows are jammed. Mind is. You have to release it. That is what I call it inner leisure. Relatively, the mind is free from hurts and guilt. Relatively, there is some space within myself. How to get it? And when you have a space, then only that vision you can own it. It is one thing to know that everything is self, nothing is away from the self. But to see it in my day to day life, to own up this vision in my day to day life, one needs to have a very sharp intellect. More than that, pure mind. Antakarana Shuddhi is necessary. A relatively mind that is free from pressures of hurt and guilt, free from pressures of ambitions to be done, agenda, minutes of the meeting or agenda of the meeting, to be done. I must do, to be done what? To become Miss Universe. What else is to be done? And then she has some problem in relationship also. She has a problem with parents also. She has a problem with brother also. Looks like they are cruel to her. He beat her upon Raksha Bandhan. All that's a separate thing. But you have nth number of problems. And you add this more with this media. That person cannot study Shastra. May not have a vision, glimpse of it. And if at all he or she has, cannot hold on to this vision. And the methodology to own up the vision and transmit to the world is this. Tena tyaktena punjita. Last time I told you, punja is here in the sense of palane. May you protect this vision by giving up. Okay? May you protect this vision by giving up. What is to be given up? Why it is to be given up? We'll see that. Why to be given up? Unless there is some inner space, no new knowledge can take place. And in absence of this that space, student will have an attitude of resistance to the teacher, resistance to the Shastra, the whole teaching. And that resistance, free mind, is necessary. The mind free, resistance free mind means what? Sadhana chatushtaya sampanna. One who is endowed with these fourfold qualities, that person can own up this vision. To gain the vision and to own up, to understand the truth, and to see the truth in my day-to-day life is quite another thing. And therefore, the Bhashyakara says, Atma Swarupa, to own up that self, it requires some leisure and some study. What it is, that we'll see in the next class tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Hari Om.